In this video, I'm going to show you one of the most powerful price action trading patterns. Now, if you can correctly identify this pattern on the chart, you're going to have a massive advantage because you're going to be able to find those high probability turning points in the market. You could also use this pattern as a precise entry trigger in the market. At the end of this video, I'll show you exactly how to use it as an entry trigger, including exactly where to put your entry order and your stop loss. But let's get stuck into it. So we're going to be looking at the breaker pattern, okay? It has a couple of different names, but essentially what it is it's showing us a reversal in the market, okay? Now, I'm not only just going to show you the pattern and what it looks like, I'm going to explain to you exactly what the pattern means, okay? We know that price on a price chart is showing us price's journey over time, okay? And that really paints a picture and tells us a story, and we need to understand what that story is telling us. So let's get started. And first, let's have a look at the bullish breaker example, okay? And we'll look at the bearish breaker in a second, okay? So let me take you through the journey of the bullish breaker and what we're looking at here in price, okay? So for this bullish breaker pattern, okay, a sign of reversal in the market, firstly, we want to see this low formed, okay? This can be quite an aggressive selling into a level. We want to see a low formed, okay? Then we want to see a bounce off that low, okay? We want to see buyers stepping in the market and price moving higher, okay? Signifying buyers are entering the market. Then we want to see an aggressive push down below this level, okay? Essentially what this push down below the level is doing is stopping out all the traders that bought here, okay? Now, if traders are buying here, there's a very good chance that their stop losses are going to be down at this level here, okay? So that is what this aggressive stab down is telling us. The traders are likely stopped out who bought too early, okay? So early buyers here, okay, obviously sellers stepping in the market here, pushing price down to stop out those traders. And then for the sign of strength, we want to see price push higher and close above this 3 candle swing level, okay? We need to see a market structure break, candle close above this level. And in a second, I'll show you exactly what that 3 candle swing looks like, all right? With closure above this level, it's signifying that the buying here was stronger than the selling here, okay? Obviously, there was strength of sellers here to push price below this low, okay? Then when we see a closure above this level, okay, that's showing us there's more buy strength than sellers at this level, okay? Then price is likely to come back, revisit this level, and continue higher following on from this buy strength, okay? And why that happens, okay, why price comes back to this market structure break level, because all these traders that were selling in here, pushing price lower, okay, they're comfy in their position when price is down here. But as soon as price gets above this level here, the traders that shorted and sold here, they're technically underwater, okay? So as price gets higher and higher, it's a more uncomfortable position for them as price moves against them. So as price comes back towards their entry level, they're very likely to exit their trade. And if they sold here, an exit on their trade is going to be a buy over here, helping to fuel a move to the upside, all right? Now, the bearish break is exactly the same, but in reverse, right? So we're looking at a high getting formed, okay? Sellers stepping in the market here, pushing price lower. Then we want to see these early sellers stopped out with a push higher, sweep of that liquidity. And then as a sign of strength in the market, we want to see selling step in to close below here, okay? Candle closure below this level, signifying sellers have essentially outpowered these buyers. Same principle, okay? The people that bought here, they're underwater as price is down here. As price moves back to their entry level, they exit their buy, which turns into a sell over here, creating more sell pressure. Now, the things that really add some confluence to this trade idea is volume, okay? So if we see high volume here, and then we see it swept, okay, that's telling us that a lot of traders have stopped out. High volume here is also fantastic, and high volume here, okay? Because if this is high volume buying, and then price closes below that level, and showing us a lot of strength came into the market. And it's exactly the same in the bullish example. Okay, if we see high volume here or here, that's fantastic. High volume here is also good. And then we want to see aggression step in here. We want this move off the low to be aggressive and strong to close above here. Okay, we don't really want to see grindy, slow price action. We want to see an aggressive move. Same in the sell direction. Okay, an aggressive move down, closing below this low. All right, so let me show you exactly what that 3 candle swing looks like and what we're looking for on the chart. So here is the 3 candle swing, okay? We've got the bullish and the bearish example, or a swing high and a swing low. And essentially what a 3 candle swing is, it's what the name suggests, okay? It's 3 candles, and essentially it's a high put in with either candle, either side of it, lower than the highest point in this candle, okay? So the highest point of this candle was here, highest point of this candle was here, highest point was here. That's that swing point that counts as our level or our market structure break level. And for the low, exactly the same, okay? So low point was put in on this candle, and then the 2 candles either side of it, their lowest point is higher than this point. Okay, that's our swing low, that's our swing high. Okay, and that's exactly what we want to see in these locations. Okay, 3 candle swing here, swing high, and a 3 candle swing low right there. Righty, so let's jump into the charts. I'll show you some examples because we can find these on every time frame, and I'll show you how we can use these on our higher time frames to help with our bias, then also on our lower time frames for an entry trigger into the market. So here we are on a 4-hour chart, and like I said, these play out on every single time frame. So on a higher time frame, you can use them to help identify your bias in the market. So I'll talk you through what we're seeing here, right? Very similar to our diagram. It's obviously just not as pretty as the straight lines, but we see a nice stab down into the market. We see this swing point formed. We see buying step into the market. Okay, a bit of a battle here. Buying stepping in. 3 candle swing was formed here. Price had an impulsive move down, swept below this low. Okay, so we can go ahead and mark that. That's a liquidity sweep on this low. So we'll do that with a dashed line. Then we see exactly what we need. Okay, aggressive and strong buying closing above this level. Okay, and that's confirmation that the strength and the buyers that have stepped in the market have essentially outpowered the sellers. Okay, we know that there were sellers stepping into the market at this level here. At this price point here, there were sellers to drive price lower. Then we see buyers step in and essentially outpower these sellers. Market closes above this level in this candle here. Okay, and I'll just play price forward and show you what happens as price revisits that level. Okay, see an aggressive push down. And at this point here, a lot of the people that sold here will be exiting their position, which turns into a buy order, which is fuel for the market to go on and move higher. Okay, and you play it forward and price rolls forward. Okay, so this is obviously on a higher time frame. So use this in conjunction with your top-down analysis, and potentially you could start looking for trades to get long here on a lower time frame. Okay, you could look for an entry trigger in here and get long, because we know that once we see a closure above this level, this is likely a turning point in the market. Okay, we've seen it. Even though all the way down here we didn't see this. Okay, we didn't see the low put in and then the low swept and then reverse in the other direction. Okay, we see the dive, the push up, the sweep, and the closure above. Really textbook back down to this level before moving higher. Okay, I know it's a bit of a squiggly line, but that's exactly what we're seeing, and you see these on every time frame. So let's jump to a lower time frame, and I'll show you how we can use this as an entry trigger into the market. So here we are on the 5-minute chart, and I'm going to show you exactly how this plays out on every single time frame. Okay, now if I didn't tell you what time frame this chart is, you wouldn't know. Okay, because price looks the same when a candle is printed. Okay, it's price's journey over time. Now, obviously on a 5-minute chart, this plays out a lot quicker, and this is how we can use it for our entry trigger on these lower time frames. All right, and I'll talk you through this short example. And it's exactly the same as the long. It's exactly the same as on the 4-hour. It's just in reverse, and it's just on a lower time frame, so it moves a little bit quicker, okay? So price came up. Sellers clearly stepped into the market, created this 3 candle swing, pushing price down. Buyers then came into the market, sweeping this high, okay? So the candle wicked above this high, so we can go ahead and mark that as a liquidity sweep. All right, we'll go and make that a dash line for our liquidity sweep. Then we see price really aggressively push down. Okay, sellers are clearly in control at this point. Then when we see the candle close below that level, okay, close below the level, that's really, really important. We can see it here in these first 2 candles, we wicked it, but we didn't close. Okay, these wicks here could potentially mean we're going to continue higher. But once we see this closure below this level, that's confirming us that sellers here are in control. And then we can look for our bias for price to reverse from this level, potentially looking for an entry trigger or set in an order, which I'll show you in a minute exactly how you place that order. You can see price pushes up into the level and sells off, okay? So price doesn't always come exactly back to the market structure break level, okay? Sometimes it'll push a little bit higher, and you can see how prices continue to melt from that level in the market, right? And you can almost see another little breaker forming in here, right? Some liquidity was forming here. We pushed up, swept this, and then pushed down, okay? So this is that breaker, high, low, high, close below it, breaks it, retests the level, and then off we go, okay? So as you can see, these play out on every time frame. So go ahead, start marking these out on your charts and start seeing how often you see them in the market, both on the higher time frames and the lower time frames. And now you know exactly why it's happening, okay? It's no good just to see a pattern and go, yeah, I know the name of this pattern. This means reversal. It's really important to know price's story, okay? Price action is telling you a story. So let's have a look exactly how we can place some orders using these breakers on the lower time frame. So when you're going to place a trade entry, okay, you need to know 3 things, okay? Firstly, you need to know your risk amount, okay? How much are you risking on the trade? Then you need to know your entry price, okay? What price point in the market or your entry ought to be. And you need to know your stop loss price or your invalidation, okay? You can't just put your invalidation or your stop loss in a place that you think feels good or it's based on a dollar figure, okay? Your stop loss needs to be an invalidation point and it needs to go where your trade idea is wrong, okay? Nothing worse than getting stopped out of a trade because your stop loss was in a poor location, only for the trade to play out and do exactly what you anticipated, all right? So stop loss has to go in a technical location, same with your entry level, and then you need to know your risk amount. And you need to know all these three things to be able to work out your position size, all right? So let me show you exactly how you can use the breaker pattern as a trade entry trigger into the market, okay? Now, we know what is going on in the breaker, okay? We know it's a low form, we know a high, we know it's a sweep of the buyers and a close above. So knowing this information, okay, we see a breaker, essentially we can analyze this and view this as a strong low, okay? Once the closure happens above this level, okay, once the candle closes above this level, this then becomes a strong low, okay? Because it's swept liquidity, it's broken structure, okay? We anticipate that price is going to move in this direction because of everything we've seen here. So knowing this, and we know price is likely to revisit this level, and we know this is likely to be a strong low, they can be 2 points in the market that we can use for an entry and invalidation, okay? So we'll go ahead and get rid of those blue lines. Now, when you're placing your stop loss, you want to give yourself a little bit of breathing room behind this low, okay? You don't want to have it hard stop here. Give yourself a bit of breathing room to place your stop loss and have your entry just here at this market structure break level. And then with your targets, you want to be aiming for some sort of technical target up above, okay? Either resistance, a supply zone, maybe some equal highs, some liquidity to target, right? Now, in the short, it's exactly the same. We know that this should be a strong high because it swept liquidity, broke structure to the downside. So we anticipate that this level should hold in the market. And we know there's a very good chance that this level here is going to get retested. And if we know this level is going to hold, with our top-down analysis, we can do this. And same principle, okay? You want your stop loss a little bit behind that high. And then you can use your technical targets, okay? Potentially demand zone, support and resistance level, whatever your trade plan says, all right? And that's exactly how you can use the breaker for your trade entries. Now, if you've got any questions at all, drop them in the comment section below. And if you want to learn a little bit more about the way I trade, I've actually got a free trading masterclass with a link down in the description below. So check that out. But if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll see you in the next video.